Hello everyone. So today we are back with tutorial number 3 where we will be talking about understanding formulas. I welcome you on the behalf of bi-analytics.org, a website where we are pursuing a course of business intelligence and analytics with Excel. So in today's tutorial we will be understanding formula basics. When we talk about Excel, it is not just a table representation that you have tables and you can create list, but it is the most important thing is about formulas. So what actually formula do it for us is that whenever we create a formula, there are input cells and there is an output cell. So if we change the input, we can see the output immediately. I will show you with an example. Say, like I say I have 10 over here and 25 in this next cell. If I create a formula is equals to D2, when I clicked, multiply by E2. So I have an answer 250. So what I was telling is that somehow if I change 10 to 12, my answer changes. It's now 300. So if I do it 40, my answer changes. So when you have a financial model, when you have some marketing analytics model, and there will be lots of input cells and there will be lots of output cells. So changing on input parameters, you can see the difference in the output. And this is all about the Excel fundamental basic thing which we need to understand, how to write formulas in Excel. You need to understand when we write a formula in F2, it was D2 into E2. So D2 is a cell reference and E2 is another cell reference, and our answer is in F2. Fine. So let's try to understand. Formula begins with equal sign and can have mathematical operators, cell references, values or text, and worksheet functions. Let's take everything. First of all is mathematical operators. So when you talk about mathematical operators, it means you can have plus, multiplication, division, multiplication, exponential, like this. So we need to understand, if I write is equals to 25 plus 30 multiplied by 2. So what will be the answer? 25 plus 30 multiplied by 2. Here we will see that it follows some sequence. First of all, it will be multiplied 30 into 2, then 25 will be added. Let's check. It is 85. So what it is like 30 into 2, 60 plus 25. Okay, if you want to add 25 with 30 and then multiply by 2, what you need to do is you have to put a bracket sign over here. So now what it does is 25 plus 30 multiplied by 2. So actually it's like bracket, exponential, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So it follows a sequence. So this is just for idea. When you will start writing formulas, you will come to know. But you can get different answers if you don't follow this procedure. Fine. So first of all is about mathematical operators, means plus, minus, multiply, exponential. Exponential is power. Like say I want to do 2 ki power 3. 2, 3. So I'll say is equals to 2 and I'll use exponential 3. It is 8. 2 ki power 3, right? Now when we talk about mathematical, you can also have values. Right now my value is say in 110 the values are 25 plus 30. So input is also in the same cell and output is also in the same cell, that is I5. Now if I say that we take different references, so in this cell F2 we have taken D2 into E2. So D2 and E2 are the cell references in which the values have been placed. So we need to understand that this time it is cell references, and this section it was already values directly. So if we have a formula with values, then what's the use of Excel? We'll be going and changing the formulas directly every time we need to change. That's why we have to use formulas in cells, and cell reference start working. Fine. We talked about mathematical references operations. We talk about values. We can have text also, like say this is SAURAB, it's Saurabh, and this is Jen, and I want to add it out. So I will say is equals to F7 ampersand Jen. As now I am not using any space, it will become a single word. Let's see. I press enter. So it's become Saurabh Jen. And suppose I want space also. So what I can do is shift inverted commas, space, inverted commas, enter. Now so space. So I have added 3. So right now here and ampersand is another operator which is concatenating the numbers. We will see in more detail later on, but just I am giving you that these are the formulas. Okay. Now there is another thing called worksheet functions. Now this is the important thing is worksheet functions means that we can do sum. There are lots of inbuilt Excel functions that we can use, like say you have 10, 20, 30, and now you want to sum it out. So you can say is equals to SUM sum, shift, and you drag it out like this, giving the range that B2 colon B4 is the range, enter. So now sum has come to 60. When you click on the formula bar like this, you just giving the sum. Okay, and I'll tell you then there is one small shortcut also, like you say alt is equals to enter. What? Remember, shortcut is alt plus is equals to. This is the shortcut. Alt plus is equals to is the shortcut for sum. When we talk about functions, it can have arguments, no arguments, it can have one argument, fixed number of arguments, and optional arguments. What does this mean? Here when we talked about sum, it has a function sum, and in bracket we are passing an argument which is a range B2 colon B4. So it is taking some argument. We will study later on, but right now understand that function has some arguments. Say if you have a juicer and you want to take juice, you need to input some fruits, and that is the input value for that machine. Same way for every function there can be something with arguments. Okay, if I say can you tell me of any function which has no arguments? Yes, I will give you one example. Say is equals to NOW now. Just escape. Is equals to NOW now. So this has given me the time and date of just now. So it doesn't take any argument, because now means it has to give the time. So it has given you it has shown you the time. Now understanding is there are various ways of inserting functions. You can go into formula, and there is a called insert function button, and look, it comes with shift plus F3. So I say shift plus F3. Remember, shift plus F3. say I press is equals to, and now I press shift plus F3. Sorry, F and shift F3. So you can have insert function tab. It can give you some what type of functions, financial functions, date and time functions, or something like sum, average. If I say sum, okay, so it will give you number 1, number 2 like this. So we can have ranges. I can select this range like this, enter. Then I can put another range, say this, enter, and I can say okay. So this is the function being done like this. Now the most important exercise today we are taking is the references. When we talk about cell, it has some references. Relative reference, absolute reference, and fixed reference. So in today's exercise we need to understand this, what is this and why and when we will use the references in the Excel formulas. Okay, let's delete everything. So today's class is important and we will be talking about cell, references. Let's start with one example to understand what this cell reference means and how it will be helpful. First we will start with one simple calculation. Say I say any item and say I take the number of quantity purchased, quantity, and I say price and the total paid for it, and say I have 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Say first is pen and I purchase 5 pen. Tab. Price how much? Say 15. I'm not using any currency right now, just no formulas, no formatting, just formulas. Fine. Same way I have pencil. Tab. I purchased 10 pencil and say it is of 3 rupees. Third, I purchased eraser, 2 erasers, say 5 rupees each. Now I have to purchase something else, say anything, what should I say, stencil, 1 stencil, and that is of 45 rupees. So now I need to calculate the total. So now I know that for calculating total 5 into 15 will be the answer, right? So I say is equals to and click on this C4 cell, press multiply by 15. I press enter. So I have this answer 75. Now I have to do same for this. Okay, see this. It is C4 into D4. You can see. So now I need for second one pencil I need to have C5 into D5, right? So the good thing is that we can drag the cells like this, and this will be the answer. Check. 45 ones are 45, 2 5s are 10, 10 are 30. So is correct. Okay. So if you want to see the total answer, there is a small shortcut to see all the formulas. Press Control and tilde, or you can do is formula auditing and say show formulas. Look, it is telling you Control plus tilde is a sign. Click this. So this is giving you the entire formulas available. Press Control and tilde, it is back. Fine. So you see C4, D4, C5, D5, C6, D6, C7, D7. So with dragging it has done. So what we understand is that when you copy a formula, okay, I will keep it again back. It was C4 into D4. If I say press Ctrl C and press into this K cell, Ctrl V. So which formula it has become? It has become I4 into J4. So try to imagine when you copy a formula, it is doing the reference relative positions. So this is called relative reference. Whenever you take this, put this formula, say I put it over here, Control V. So when I do Control C, copy, and I do Control V here. So what it is doing? It is adding, it is multiplying the left two columns, left two cells. Hope you are able to understand. I am saying when you talk about relative reference, whenever you copy a formula, it will take the relative positions for input. In this N, input cells are L9 and M9. Say I again copy, and this time I say I5. When I press Ctrl V, so this will be into GH, these two cells. So this is called relative reference. Every time by default it is relative reference. Now let's see what happens. Delete. Let's copy it out. Control C, and I paste it over here. Control V. This time I have something called sales tax. Sales tax, and say it is 5%. Fine. And now I need to calculate sales tax for each item. So I know this is 75 rupees and sales tax will be into 5%, right? And for 30, again the sales tax will be 5%. So if I do is equals to, and this is N4 multiply by 5%. I press enter. So I have 3.75 is a sales tax. But interesting thing is, if I drag, what will happen? Or copy paste, everything has come 0. Why? See, this cell has gone to, so here it is working as a relative cells. So because this was calculating L9, and when I move to next cell, this also moved to next cell, but we don't want. What we want is that every time it should be multiplied with sales tax. So according to me, in all the 4 rows I want to multiply with sales tax, so I don't want to move this multiplied by sales tax, has to be constant every time. So for keeping it constant, what I do is, in this formula L9, I press $. Now what it is? See, you can do it with by pressing F4 key. What? F4. So now it has become $L $9. Now I press enter. Now when you copy it, Control C, Control V. Now see, every time it is multiplied with sales tax. So in this formula there are 2 inputs. First is the total and second is sales tax. So we need sales tax to be constant always, every time, but total need to move on. So there are 2 type of references. First, for N4 this is relative reference, and for L9 this is absolute referencing. What? So this is an example of absolute referencing. Fine. Okay. If you want to do it like this, there is a home, put a paintbrush like this and put like this. This is absolute referencing. Fine. So this absolute referencing always used when you have to say calculate the sales percentage, or whenever you have to divide, multiply, or do anything with constant parameter, you will use this absolute referencing. Okay. Now there is a mixed referencing. I'll give you an example before we do anything, how this works. Is equals to, say I say A1, enter. So now when you have A1, you press it like this and you do F4. It has become $A $1. Press again F4. It is now A $1. Again press. It is $A1 and A1. So there are like this. You have A1. You have $A $1. You have $A and 1. You have A and $1 like this. So there are 4 type of referencing. No referencing, A1, that is relative, $A, both are been locked. This time column $A has been locked and this is row has been locked. So column has been locked, row has been locked. See, let's take another example where we'll talk about mixed referencing. Say if we want to calculate area, how area is calculated? Length into breadth, or say height into width. So I have, now we will talking about mixed references. See, I have length and I have another one called width. And say length can be 1 tab, 2 tab, 3 tab, 4. Same way we have width 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter. So now I want to I have 4 type of lengths and 4 type of width. So I can have 16 combinations to see the various scenarios. If I take this length and this width, what will be the answer of the area? So I need to have a formula. Is equals to so this is C16 into B17, right? You can see the colors. Blue color represents C16 and red color representing B17. This is correct? Okay. When I have to move into this where width is equals to 2, I have to multiply again with length is equals to this multiply by this. Same way is equals to this multiply by this. So what I am seeing is I'll press Control tilde. C16 into B17, C16 into B18, C16 into B19. So this is the common thing happening, that B17, B18, B19 nothing moving, but in this we have C is series C16 in all the threes. Okay. Again Control tilde. Say I use for this one now is equals to 2 into 1 is equals to 2 into Now see, I again press Control tilde. Now I have C16, C16, C16. So look, in this way our C16 is freeze. In this we have D16 freeze, and like B17, B17, B17 like this. So I come to know that when I drag like this horizontally, it will be same B17. But when I come like this, it is same like a row. So now we'll write this formula with mixed referencing. Try to understand now. I need C16, 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 D16, D16, D16. So for me, the rows in this, we have rows which are to be freezed out. So I write a formula like this. Write a formula. So I see is equals to B17 into C16, enter. Now this time what I am doing is I am pressing $B17 because every time it will be B17 for this entire row, and I do C $16. Press enter. Now Control C, Control V, and I use Control C. I say Control V. Now see the formulas. Now let's start. Control tilde sign. So now you have B17, B18, B19, B20. So into C16. Now see all the formulas. It's working fine. Yes. So you can see. So what actually we have done is, with same formula we have dragged it, copied in all cells to work out for us. So this is called mixed referencing. With same formula you had copied paste. We need to understand again. Let's check. This is like B17, B18, B19, B20, but C16 is common, right? For this whole we need to keep this common. So in this entire column the length one is same, and for this one is same, D16, for E16, F16. So like this way we use mixed referencing. So first of all, this will come with practice, but we need to understand that it changes like this. So we need to understand which column to lock, when to lock. So when you will see and walk through it once time, you will be able to understand. So this is the way the referencing in formulas we do. So next time we'll take more functions and formulas coming into picture, but we need to understand in today's exercise we talked about relative referencing, absolute referencing, and mixed referencing. Look forward for you in the next class. Thank you.